You slip into unconscious.
Okay, I took RTF for a few years here in Austin, and just in the mainline textbooks and just the basic RTF, it taught, and they showed us films about in the 40s and 50s, the subliminals in movies. And that's, putting a millisecond, a few frames in there of a desert and then showing an ice cold Coke, and it doubled sales. And then there's semantical manipulation, where they change the meaning of words and manipulate the way they say things, the way they twist things. There's that Orwellian, brute type. Then you have the basic 5-6 video screens behind the news presenter with a buffalo running over somebody, or a car wreck, or a balloon on fire, or a politician speaking, or the running of the bulls in Madrid, and all this. And so your brain can't watch it all consciously, so it switches off into subconscious, and that's admitted. So we have all the admitted ways they're doing it. They also have the scroll on the bottom, so that makes you shift into subconscious mode, so your brain can pick all that up. The brain waves lower. Then you have the flicker rate. And again, this is mainline science. They tune the flicker rate to the exact rate of the brain for hypnotism, just like the flashing or strobing light or the watch my watch. It's more sophisticated than that. And now, and it's always been happening, but before it was the authoritative male on the news, now it's info babes smacking their lips. They'll be talking about the most horrible thing, but they're so sincere, and they're looking at you with sexual desire, and you'll be watching with all these layers, and you can't help but start smiling and start liking it. Even myself, when I'm consciously aware of it, especially since the high-def TV came out, especially since I got one and watch it occasionally when I'm on the treadmill or when I'm at the restaurant, picking up some food. I'm watching people mesmerized watching it. They are under mind control, and they're putting subliminal letters in there. I mean, they're doing more than 7 things, but the public, I don't think, has any idea. We're not kidding. That is a mind control weapon.
75% of the commercial network television time is paid for by the 100 largest corporations in North America. Some corporations have television budgets that range into the billions per year. Television producers compromise and end up mitigating their desires for those of the advertisers. Thus, television is effectively a private medium for their use only. The longer a person watches television, the more easily the brain slips into alpha level, a slow, steady brainwave pattern in which the mind is in its most receptive mode. Images and suggestions are implanted directly into the mind without viewer participation. An effective hypnosis is induced, and the viewer surrenders to the unending television image stream. Images of television violence stimulate the fight-or-flight instinct. But since it would be absurd to react to television violence, the viewer suppresses the emotion. Viewers are drawn back and forth on cycles of impulse and suppression. When the set goes off, this stored-up energy bursts forth in frantic behavior commonly associated with childhood hyperactivity. Television imagery is jammed together in a steady stream of information, fracturing your attention while condensing and accelerating time. These events would not happen in ordinary life. They are technical alterations only possible within the moving image media. Living in the rapid world of television imagery, ordinary life is dull by comparison, and often far too slow. People who immersed in the surrogate reality of television life deal on a daily basis with a reality totally unlike any that has preceded it. The image stream is a steady, mixed-up stream of real, unreal, and semi-real events. All of these events end up merging with each other and becoming just another set of stored imagery that have all similar reality values.
volts of electricity. Burst into flame.
We're in a lot of trouble. So, a rich little man with white hair died. What has that got to do with the price of rice, right? And why is that woe to us? Because you people and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now. Because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. And that's why woe is us that Edward George Ruddy died. Because this company is now in the hands of CCA, the Communication Corporation of America. There's a new chairman of the board, a man called Frank Hackett, sitting in Mr. Ruddy's office on the 20th floor. And when the 12th largest company in the world controls the most awesome goddamn propaganda force in the whole godless world, who knows what shit will be peddled for truth on this network? So you listen to me. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We're in the boredom-killing business. So if you want the truth, go to God. Go to your gurus. Go to yourselves. Because that's the only place you're ever going to find any real truth. But man, you're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you that Kojak always gets the killer and that nobody ever gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And no matter how much trouble the hero is in, don't worry, just look at your watch. At the end of the hour, he's going to win. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. But you people sit there day after day, night after night, all ages, colors, creeds. We're all you know. You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion. So turn off your television sets. Turn them off now. Turn them off right now. Turn them off and leave them off.